I am gaming. I am gaming. I am gaming podcast.
Hey everybody, my name is Ivica. Thank you so much for being on the latest episode of I Am Gaming podcast. This is episode 150 and it's a podcast episode where I examine, like in all of my previous 149 episodes, things like the video game industry, entrepreneurship, gaming nostalgia, and many more cool things I find to be in the same realm of business and creative ventures. Like always, first of all, foremost, a big thanks goes to my Patreon supporters. You really make this podcast possible. Without you, I wouldn't be able to push out weekly episodes every Sunday, every given Sunday, and get them to you through my YouTube channel. So a big thanks to all of you for supporting me. Anyone else who would consider doing that, please check out my Patreon page. Now this is a big milestone. It's episode 150, and in this episode I'm going to talk about a video game that recently came out and became a huge success. Arguably the biggest success, at least in my view, in the game industry history of a single country. That country is my country, Serbia, and the game in question is called Scorn. And Scorn came out just a week ago on October 14th for Windows and Xbox, and it's a survival horror puzzle first-person video game set in a biopunk world, at least that's how the Wikipedia defines it, and it is heavily inspired by the art of Giger and Beksinski, the Polish painter. Giger, of course, is famous for his work on the Alien series, and the Scorn game is a game that places you as a player inside of that strange, menacing, and really unnerving world where you kind of have to figure out what the hell is happening and find your way out of it. Now, I didn't play the game, so I just watched Let's Play videos and analysis, read the reviews, but I have to say that even now, even though the game has some issues related to combat, its save system, the way you navigate and find your way around and everything else, it's still an incredible success because it's a unique and really distinctive game. And for the first time, a Serbian game development company, which is Ebb Software, has a massive premium game, a huge hit in the premium domain, meaning that it's a video game that you basically pay and play in a single person setting, single player setting. So far, Serbia hasn't had a game on this level when it comes to premium core market, hardcore video game market, and everything that came out cannot even be comparable to Scorn. The company did this without too much marketing, without too much presentation that is going through formal channels. It basically did it through the sheer weight and impulse of its world, of its art, of its ambition to create something new, unusual, exciting, and interesting. The developers took many years to complete. The development began in 2013, so it's basically nearly a decade of development. However, the game is incredible in terms of what it managed to achieve. With all of its issues and problems related to game design, the save system, the way the combat works, the possibilities of having some issues in terms of reloading and figuring out what to do, everything, it's still an incredible achievement for a small country like Serbia, where a lot of game development studios, Serbia has a modest, let's call it that, game development industry, but so far none of the studios managed to create something on par with Scorn. Such a unique project, such a bold project that's created for the core market, presented as a premium game, not some kind of a hybrid monetization where it's free to play or something like that, and that it ends up with this amount of success and attention from the media. Of course, not all reviews are great, but still on Steam, the platform for selling Windows games, Scorn has nearly 5,000 reviews and it's mostly positive. So that's a huge and very relevant achievement, because not only is the game so good, so unique, it will, in my view, and that's why I say that Scorn is even a bigger success than you might think. Scorn is going to age very well. It's going to look interesting, different, engaging, of course not for everyone, but for people who are into that kind of stuff, even in 10 years from now. So it's going to have a really long tail in terms of sales and exposure it gets. Also, it's really important to note, this is a side point completely, but in my view very relevant, Scorn has already become material for memes. So people are taking out screenshots, taking out videos, and using them to kind of present some memes, some memeified ideas. And that also shows you that the game managed to penetrate into the public mind, the public consciousness, and find its way there. Because it looks, feels, and seems on an emotional level so different, so defined, so unique, that people are reacting to it, even if they are not into that, even if they don't like Giger and all of that biopunk weirdness. The game is, because of all this, a huge success, and it will continue to be a success. It doesn't matter where the reviews and sales go in the coming weeks and months. The success that it completed or achieved even now is stunning, in my view, not just for Serbia, which is kind of relevant as well, but any small country that has again a modest game development industry. This is a true breakaway hit, something that is going to have a lot of impact, a lot of relevance, not only on the industry as is, but also on the fields of visual art, design, and so much more, simply because it's something that is unique, different, but on so many levels engaging as well. So a big congratulations to Ebb Software for the vision, for their ability to stick with it, for their ability to kind of avoid the pitfalls of most of the Serbian game development industry, where everyone is basically chasing something that's already famous, already familiar, already successful, trying to kind of cash in on those trends. Instead, Scorn took a unique path, their own path, and it resulted in a fantastic game with some fantastic effects on the market and on the industry itself. So I wish Ebb Software all the best. Hopefully they all get rich from the game, but more importantly, I wish that they continue on this path, creating new titles that will help placing Serbian game development industry on the map of the world game development industry, as a place where we can create something that is unique, not for everyone, not something that is the new Candy Crush or, I don't know, Clash of Clans, but something that can be very distinctive. Don't get me wrong, we need our Clash of Clans and we need our Candy Crushes, but we also need our Scorns. And this time, a Serbian game development company did just that. So big congratulations to Ebb Software, and I hope that this is just the beginning of the Scorn tale, which will continue to tell each other even in a few decades from now. That's all for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. If you manage to stick through till the very end, please consider subscribing to my channel. Please consider checking out my Patreon page, seeing if you can support this podcast on a monthly basis. And leave a comment if you tried Scorn. I would love to hear what you think about the game. That's all for me. Again, episode 150, a big milestone. And we're going to keep on trucking. So have a great week, and I'll talk to you in precisely 7 days from now. Until then, bye bye.